This is a demonstration of how you can add a backup plugin to WordPress. First of all, you install Backup WordPress into your WordPress system. The next thing you do is you run the backup, and the database and files will be consolidated into a zipped package that you can download. In order to demonstrate how the backup works, I've created 3 pages in WordPress, and I'm going to delete those pages. Now I'm going to go to trash and permanently delete them. And what will now happen is, after we do the restore from the backup files, those 3 pages will appear again. Before we do the backup, I also wanted to just show the themes, the theme files that are currently there. The active one right now is the fancy theme. And this will just demonstrate how this theme is currently working with WordPress. When we do the backup or restore from the backup files, you'll see that everything works exactly like it is. I am now connected to the WordPress server through FTP. Over here are the remote files on the server. Over here is the local backup files. These files will replace these files. And if you remember, we deleted those 3 pages because I backed up those 3 pages. They're over here now. So what happens at this point is all of the files here need to be moved over to the server. That's the first step of backup. As you'll see here, the files are now being moved over to the server. This will take a few minutes because as of right now there's 2,000 pages or files that are being moved over. So it'll take a few minutes to complete this. And as you can see in the lower left, we're almost finished. Depending on the size of the website, that would determine how long it takes to move the files back over to the server. And it looks like we're almost there. So we've now moved all of the backup files over to the server. Now it's time to do the second step in WordPress backup. The second step in restoring your site is to log into the server using PHPmyadmin. And what this involves is we recently just moved files from the site back over to the server to replace the previous version. In WordPress, you also have a database called SQL. That file also needs to be uploaded back onto the server, the backup version. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to click on Import, choose the file, which is right here, SQL. and then make sure that SQL is showing, and then go. So we've now successfully imported the backup version of SQL to replace the previous version. Depending on how large your website is, oftentimes this will take quite a while to do too, depending on if you have hundreds of pages and graphics and that kind of thing. But this was pretty quick because this is just a testing WordPress site that I've set up. And the final step is to log back in to WordPress to see if the restored files restored your site and everything involved in it, including those 3 pages that I deleted earlier. So let's go ahead and log in and see if everything worked. Okay, this was the site that included those 3 pages that I deleted and has now been restored. So we'll now go to the pages, and there they are, page 1, 2, and 3. The backup successfully restored those pages, which proves that the backup plugin worked. One final thing you want to check is just to go to the live site and make sure everything looks good. And it appears that everything does work now. So this concludes the walkthrough of how to back up a WordPress site. Thank you for watching.